JAY-Z के साथ परफॉर्म किया था, तो ये थोड़ा सा मतलब डबल एज स्वॉर्ड टाइप हो गई नहीं?
Yeah.
How did it happen though? What was the story?
So it was a JAY-Z tour. He was doing a world tour and he was coming to London. Someone from his management was looking for local musicians.
And then you did something amazing, which was refuse to join Beyonce's tour.
No, look, I've said this before. It wasn't a refusal like that. You know, people I think misunderstand no thank you in some ways.
Yes.
It's not for me. At that time, I'd seen some of that world. That world, the music is very loud.
These are two different streams flowing in a vast ocean of sound. And that is why we'd like you to make some more of that beautiful sound that you make on the Sarod. What are you going to play for us next?
I remember playing the Piku Theme tune on, just posting it and...
फीवर एफएम और यहाँ और ये फीवर की बात, क्योंकि हमको लगता है इंटरेस्टिंग बातें इंटरेस्टिंग लोगों के साथ करना बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होता है. दैट्स 3 इंटरेस्टिंग और ये 4th भी आ गया है, तो इसलिए मैं जल्दी से आगे बढ़ते हुए सौमिक दत्ता को हेलो कहूंगा. सौमिक, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस.
Thank you for having me.
सौमिक दत्ता ज्यादा कुछ नहीं, उन्होंने सरोद सीखा पंडित बुद्धदेव दास गुप्ता से, इफ आई एम करेक्ट. फिर उनको एक फोन आया JAY-Z का. JAY-Z ने बोला आके हमारे साथ परफॉर्म करो. उन्होंने बियॉन्से के साथ भी परफॉर्म कर लिया और उसके बाद उनको लगा कि ये सब तो ठीक है, लेकिन एक टूर करना चाहिए, क्योंकि अपनी रूट्स से हमेशा टच में रहना चाहिए. रूट्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज इफ यू नो वेयर इट कम्स फ्रॉम, यू नो वेयर टू टेक इट. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. और इसलिए सौमिक जो हैं वो हमारे साथ यहाँ दिल्ली में हैं और बात कर रहे हैं. वो टूर पे आए हैं और जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया कि वो सरोद बजाते हैं, और क्या बजाते हैं वो सरोद, मतलब एकदम. और क्योंकि विजुअल है तो क्राफ्ट जो इन्होंने ये कांथा पहना है, दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली फैंटास्टिक, ऑथेंटिक हैंडमेड कांथा. सुंदर है बहुत, एकदम इनके म्यूजिक की तरह. हर सेंस को एकदम आप मतलब यू ट्राई टू टिलेट ऑल द सेंसेस. यस, बट टेल अस, वेयर डिड द लव अफेयर विद द स्ट्रिंग्स स्टार्ट?
It started when we migrated from India to London.
Right.
I was 10 years old. We left Bombay and we moved to London. वो shipping में जो boxes आते हैं ना,
हाँ जी,
सब आ गए. My brother and I were playing cricket. बाहर बारिश हो रही, London का weather. अंदर हम soft ball से cricket खेल रहे हैं. The ball goes and hits one of the boxes. It goes twang. So I open the box और वहाँ एक कपड़े के अंदर एक कुछ shiny एक साज, ये क्या है पता नहीं, strings है. So then my dad came back in the evening and he said, this is a Sarod, it belonged to his mother. And she used to play. मुझे पता भी नहीं था.
Family legacy. अच्छा.
So it was meant to come with us. I was meant to find it when I moved away from India, because then it created a bridge for me to return and always be connected with India. So
Fantastic.
Very grateful.
And of course, गुरु मिलना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है.
जी.
मतलब जब तक आपको राह दिखाने वाला नहीं हुए तब तक तो हम गोल गोल ही घूमते रहते हैं. तो वो वाला, बिकॉज ये बहुत ही ट्रेडिशनल किस्म की ट्रेनिंग थी आपकी. इट वाज अ वेरी वेरी गुरु शिष्य काइंड ऑफ एन एसोसिएशन विद.
नहीं भी थी, बिकॉज आई डिडंट लिव इन कोलकाता.
हाँ, मतलब गुरुकुल वाला सीन है. बिल्कुल.
So I would come in the winter holidays. हमें वो Christmas वाला लंबा break मिलता है.
Right.
तो एक महीने के लिए I would come, or the whole family would come, and I would just spend that whole month with Guruji.
Oh.
And he was like, challenge accepted. You know, I'll get you for 1 month. I'm going to put you on stage in 4 years. Done.
Brilliant.
And his talim had a method. He had a method. There's so many, 3 generations of students he has.
Wow.
Oh, and we're all so lucky to have learned from him. So that method really works. And
Absolutely. And I think that made you a student. कि आपको सीखने की जो एक अंदर से आई ना, वो अभी तक आप सीख रहे हैं, और वही सीखने की ललक जो है वो आपको टूर पे निकाल के ले गई है. तो ये लेटेस्ट टूर के बारे में बताइए, क्या हो रहा है ये सब?
So this is very unusual tour. It is 7 months long. I'm so grateful to spend all this time here in India and meeting new audiences. It's a journey. The tour का नाम है Melodies in Slow Motion.
Oh.
क्योंकि हम ये ट्रायल कर रहे हैं because a tour is what आ जाए कल निकल
चले
जाए.
हाँ.
तो it's not sustainable, it's expensive and कोई real connection नहीं है audiences के साथ, वो country के साथ. So in between the main performances, I'm spending time in each city, doing workshops, meeting students, playing at rural schools, playing for underprivileged communities, and partnering with all kinds of organizations,
Right.
not just the big venues.
बिल्कुल. मतलब ये जरूरी है कि size should not matter. Passion should. नहीं?
Exactly. और ये आपने notice किया, ये actually I'm doing one of the projects is with karigars.
Oh wow.
So we did this recently, exploring the patterns in textiles. उससे music कैसे बनता है? So there was someone doing spinning on the stage. There was someone doing mirror embroidery, katha, of course, block printing, and there are pieces that I and the team have composed, and we play them. And each karigar gets to talk about their practice, and then we play the piece.
Oh, that's brilliant. अब अगर playing की बात आई है तो फिर तो मतलब हम कहेंगे कि थोड़ा playing हो ही जाए. तो play a piece for us ना. You have that fantastic that master of instruments here. तो हो जाए थोड़ा सा.
चलिए.
So what are you going to play for us? क्या है ये?
So I'm going to play you a new piece. I composed it a few weeks ago.
Excellent.
While on the tour. और इसका नाम है Melodies in Slow Motion.
Melodies in Slow Motion. क्या बात है? That's beautiful. ये जो the melancholic sounds of the Sarod, na? Did you fall in love immediately with the instrument, or was it a long drawn out love affair?
It's pretty immediate, you know.
Huh?
Yeah. और उस वक्त I was going to boarding school.
Right.
And boarding school was like a double displacement. First India, left all my friends in Cuff Parade and Colaba. उसको छोड़ दिया. Then moved to some
other country only. हाँ.
London. और फिर वहाँ से निकल के boarding school.
My God.
So the instrument was like a, it was a sort of like a home for me.
I understand.
The comfort मिलता था वहाँ.
Actually वही ना, when sound becomes your sanctuary, it's so beautiful, isn't it?
Exactly.
मतलब and that did that help hone your craft? मतलब क्योंकि इतना प्यार था और थोड़ा अकेलापन था तो संगीत का सहारा?
नहीं, डेफिनेटली प्यार था और एक क्या कनेक्शन बैक टू इंडिया था. तो वहाँ जब बारिश होती थी, इट्स वेरी कोल्ड समटाइम्स एंड यू लाइक वेयरिंग ऑल द स्वेटर्स एंड द सॉक्स दैट यू ओन and it's not warming you up. Then the only thing that warms you up is when you sit with the instrument.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. लोग समझते नहीं है कि संगीत एक्चुअली फिजिकल और टेंजिबल है.
Completely.
है ना?
Completely.
बहुत जरूरी है. You have to feel it. And फीलिंग से याद आया, वो विकिपीडिया मुझे बता रहा है Jay-Z का फोन आया और फिर Beyonce के साथ परफॉर्म किया.
I'm trying to get away from this. The whole
I know. It must be. एक्चुअली अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम लोग उस दुनिया में रह रहे हैं ना जहाँ पे एक बॉक्स में एक टैलेंट को एक बॉक्स में डालना बहुत जरूरी होता है. अदरवाइज उसको समझना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. बिकॉज आई जस्ट फील दैट वी आर गेटिंग इंक्रीजिंगली मोर अफ्रेड ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग फ्लूइडिटी कि हाँ भाई ये इतना सब कुछ हो सकता है लेकिन इनको बॉक्स में डाल दो. Jay-Z के साथ परफॉर्म किया था तो ये थोड़ा सा मतलब डबल एज सॉर्ड टाइप हो गई नहीं?
Yeah.
हाउ डिड इट हैपन दो? व्हाट वाज द स्टोरी?
So it was a Jay-Z tour.
राइट.
He was doing a world tour and he was coming to London. And someone from his management was looking for local musicians to be part of the team because he's traveling with his own team, but he's collaborating with people and he's bringing them in. So, usme string players the violin, viola, cello, and then there was space for the diversity of London to also be included. So actually, this was kind of 2006 or 7 or something like this. So for that time, it was pretty forward thinking. Abhi people talking about diversity and they're still trying to improve it. But at that point, it was quite amazing to be included. Otherwise, who am I to be on stage with him and stuff? So it was lovely to be in that space, and we met him. That was the first time I met like an American rapper, you know, of that. क्या जूते, क्या जीन्स, ये क्या है? मतलब कहाँ से आए? Like
मतलब वो larger than life वाला जो actually.
And London में at that time it was still conservative, you know, like actually London had a different thing. It had an underground scene.
Oh yeah.
You know, which is not the same as the American LA kind of, you know.
The London jazz underground scene is fire, is it not? I mean,
It's great. It's great. There's a amazing community, and they're doing incredible things with sort of British black artists, people second generation, third generation, and they're just amazing how they are drawing from their roots and making something new.
And then you did something amazing, which was refuse to join Beyonce's tour. I don't know of too many people who would have had the courage. Was it a considered decision? Was it a decision from the heart?
No, look, I've said this before. It wasn't a refusal like that. You know, people I think misunderstand no thank you. In some ways.
Yes.
It's not for me. Because at that time, I'd seen some of that world. That world, the music is very loud. And it is all about the lyrics. It is all about the dance. It's the show.
Yes.
Usme, I didn't feel I could contribute or grow in any significant way. And once you realize that, then you can see like many different genres and aspects that, हाँ ये हो सकता है ये collaboration इसके साथ, but maybe not for me.
Yeah. And that's great. I mean, that is what shows the primacy of music. कि हाँ यार, you might be the biggest performer in the world, but you don't fit into the music that I like.
And all respect to that. And it's
and
absolutely. I will listen to you on Spotify and YouTube, and I will come to the concert.
And that's the thing. I mean, today there's this philosophical concept that people don't seem to grasp. One of the basic tenets is that the opposite of black is not white.
Right.
It is anything that is other than black, which does not mean that, as you said, it does not mean you're not appreciating their music. It just means that these are two different streams flowing in a vast ocean of sound. And that is why we'd like you to make some more of that beautiful sound that you make on the Sarod. What are you going to play for us next?
I don't know. I remember actually in lockdown when Irfan Saab passed away. It was odd when that happened actually. Like many people passed away at that time.
Yeah.
And like it was sad on multiple levels. But with him there was some strange, like really vacuum that I felt, and it brought me back to Piku, and I remember playing the Piku theme tune on, just posting it, and I was quite blown away by just the love people in India had for him and how they attached that piece of music with him.
Absolutely.
So maybe I'll play a bit of that.
Please. Absolutely.
This was originally played by my mentor, Pandit Pratyush Banerjee, on the soundtrack, and it's amazing that he played it, and I'll try anyway.
Yes, absolutely. It's absolutely beautiful. As you say, it's so beautifully done, no? I mean, it's so evocative, this one. As is your music. I mean, going back to the first, when did the exploration of your own sound begin? I mean, there's the albums, there's the collaborations, there's the tours, but what's the origin story of that superhero bit?
Wow, that's a great question. I don't know. I think maybe identity. And I think, if you move at the age of 10 from India to a different country, you will never really be British fully. And my parents also carried a lot of the culture with them. And that tension, I think, is hard to balance. But many years later, when you realize actually that's what makes you you. You need that tension to feel like, oh, I'm incomplete without India, and I'm not fully also at home in India, because India has moved on from the India of my childhood, So that you need to have a foot in both places, and that's difficult. And I think that somehow became part of my music. Nowadays, especially in the UK, there's all this stuff happening with refugees.
Yes.
There's a crisis, really, and a lot of displaced people, vulnerable people. And my company, my charity, we work with them a lot through arts projects, and find ways in which we can interact with them. But the way I can find a space into that world is through thinking about, acha, music mein how do you displace things? Or what would happen if this rag, notes in this rag got displaced into something else.
Wow.
And while you do that, you enter a space which is not in Indian classical music, not in Western music, but it's in like somewhere in between. And that is the basis of the music that we're touring right now with the band. And
the glory of the Greys, I tell you, it's excellent. What a wonderful, and that's the thing. I mean, I think the importance of music as entertainment or arts as entertainment is something that everyone sort of takes for granted. But the responsibility bit is something that it comes. ऐसा लगता है कि आपके लिए बहुत ही naturally आता है वो कि हाँ यार मतलब music है, इसका एक है तरीका है और responsibility है, वो आपके लिए ज़रूरी है. ऐसा लगता है कि you take that very seriously.
I feel like music is a language that can express so much more than it is expressing at the moment. And I sort of like, I see it everywhere. I see it in this room, I see it at airports, I see it in this. So one of the pieces that we had when we were collaborating with the Karigars was that, acha, ye pattern, ye yahan, ye, this one, which extends a bit more. What if this is a 11-beat phrase? And this other one, which is a shorter one, is a 9-beat phrase. You get. So the 11 again. And the 9. So what if you then like combine them and you start moving in between each one? So. And then the color changes, so. And it changes again. And again. And so on and so forth.
Play a little more, no? It's beautiful.
How does that piece end up?
Fantastic. What's it called, this one?
This piece is called Carousel.
Carousel.
It's like it's going round and round in different
Is
ways.
beautiful and it's crafted from a piece of cloth. So
Yeah.
ये मतलब कपड़े से बनके एक संगीत का आवरण बन गया. ये होता है संगीत. The art of looking sideways. मतलब you know why not? आप कपड़े के रंग को देख के या उसके पैटर्न को देख के आप म्यूजिक क्यों नहीं बना सकते? आपने दिखा दिया कि किस तरह बनता है. उसको सिर्फ देखने का नजरिया जो होता है वो जरूरी होता है. और वो नजरिया मतलब आप जिस तरह से लेके आए, Soumik, this has been absolutely wonderful. The tour, of course, is there. Melodies in slow motion. There's also music. I'm assuming you've put some of your music on YouTube as well. And on streaming platforms. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we want to do is release pieces of music that we played live in different parts of India.
Oh, really?
So we have all the live recordings from Zero Festival, from Mumbai, from Bangalore, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, and we've released one track which is called Freedom, and it's on YouTube and Spotify and other places. So please listen to that, and that's from Mumbai. And we'll be releasing more live recordings. But we're also getting into the studio now that we are warm and together as
Yes,
a band
yes.
to record the album, which will be called Melodies in Slow Motion.
That's fantastic. That's an album to look forward to. But of course, before we go, that collaborative bit about the artist, how did that happen? What's the band like? What's that feeling like being in the studio with musicians who are throwing ideas around?
It's amazing. It's amazing. And all the artists are younger than me. I am now suddenly like the older person in the band, and feeling a bit like, oh shit, I better warm up. And you know, these guys are flying. You know, it's just like wonderful to see young Indian musicians with, you know, either from the Carnatic tradition or from Hindustani, who have, you know, all the talim that they need to be, you know, be the top of their game, and they are highly sought after artists right now. Sai Rakshit, violin from Chennai, Sumesh Narayanan, Midangam from Chennai, Devjit Patitundi from Kolkata, tabla. But all of them are also curious and searching for a new language. And together I feel like we're able to go on that search together.
Absolutely. और वही है, म्यूजिक ना संगीत GPS का मोहताज नहीं है. You can't geotag music, it flows. And the way it flows out of Soumik Datta's mind through his Sarod is absolutely incredible. Melodies in Slow Motion, the tour is on. You can go on the internet and find out where you can catch it. The music is up on YouTube as well. Freedom, you have the freedom to listen to it.
Country and like
A 7-month tour. So remember, just check out Melodies in Slow Motion tour and you'll know where he is. Make sure you go. देखिए स्वाद चख के देखिए कैसा लगता है. हमें तो बहुत अच्छा लगा ये स्वाद, एंड इस स्वाद को देने के लिए थैंक यू वेरी मच सौमिक. दिस हैज बीन एब्सोल्युटली वंडरफुल.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you.
सौमिक दत्ता और फीवर एफएम पे फीवर की बात अच्छा लगा, लाइक सब्सक्राइब एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. अच्छा लगेगा हमें. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग.